Today we are filming color correcting. This is the final makeup look. You're gonna be shocked when you see the before. There's so many color correcting products out there, so I picked 3 of the best. You're back in elementary school. Your art teacher walks into class. You're thinking, what are we gonna do today? And then she pops up that big wheel of colors. And it's so bright and so fun. And on one side, you see green. And you learn that the complementary color to green is red. And you're thinking, huh? Oh, that's why those 2 colors are always paired together. That also means that those 2 colors will counterbalance each other. So if you're ever red from breakouts or blemishes, the green is going to help counteract that and give your skin a more balanced look. Now, when you're worn out, you're tired, and your under eyes start to get really just dark, a pink salmon color is going to help add luminosity back to them and counterbalance those colors. If you're darker than me, you're going to go for a darker color than a pink, closer to an orange. And then red can be used for really stubborn dark circles, and then also for bruises on the face. If you ever have, I've used red before when I scratched my face and I just get like a scar that won't go away. I've used red there. You just have to be really careful since there's so much pigmentation in red. The number 1 mistake that I see people make with color correcting is overdoing it. You need a very small amount because the point of this is to use less foundation. And if you use too much color correcting, your foundation will actually have the opposite effect. It will start to look gray and you'll have to add more concealer. That's not what we want. We want your skin tone to look even. We want you to be able to use less products. This is a perfect day for me to film this because my skin is covered in dark spots and blemishes and everything that needs to be color corrected. This is one of my favorite products of all time, not just color correcting, but all-time favorite makeup products from First Aid Beauty. It's incredible what it does for your skin because it really helps to even everything out. And if you're new to color correcting, you don't have to be an expert to use it since they've combined 3 different colors and they've done it in a way where it's not too harsh. They added in the pink and the lavender to help with luminosity and the green to cancel out the redness. Now this is set up like a cushion compact, but with beautiful, really nice packaging that's so sturdy. So you're going to take the applicator, press it against, and how cute is the swirl effect? I love it. Press it against the product to get an evenly distributed amount and use this as a primer, and you're just going to tap it into your skin. So after you moisturize, before you put on any other products, any concealer, any foundation, and I get this really close right under my eyes since it's so nice for brightening. I have an eyebrow appointment this weekend. Is there any better feeling than knowing you have an appointment booked and afterwards you're gonna look better? Having a hair appointment ready, having your eyebrow appointment, your nails. Now I'm going to get into specific color correcting on my face using 2 different concealers. I'm going to lightly dab the shade pink under my eyes, and I'm just focusing on where I have those bags. The green shade, I try to be very careful about the amount that I use because I can go overboard in a hot second and put green all over my face and look like a funny little witch. So I'm going to apply the product to the back of my hand so I don't go crazy, and then use the brush to apply it to my skin. And I'm only applying it to those areas where I'm red. Now the key is to apply the thinnest amount. This is not about layering and layering and layering your makeup. I am applying really, really, really light strokes. Okay, so at this point, your makeup is done and you're ready to leave the house. I'm just joking. Don't I look silly? I love looking silly. Is there anything cuter or more satisfying than a new beauty blender? I know that a lot of people like to blend out their color corrector before applying concealer, foundation, but since I use such a thin amount of it because it's so full of pigment, it doesn't make any sense to me to apply too much. You're counteracting the purpose of it. You're actually adding too much pigmentation to the skin where you want everything to even itself out. I leave it alone as it is, and I just apply the foundation directly on top. So I'm using the Weightless Blur Foundation from Becca in the shade Sand, and I'm going to go right over the green. Great, so the right side of my face, I have applied my foundation, and the left side still has the color corrector over it. And you can see that everything just blended together beautifully. And the reason why I choose a beauty blender for something like this rather than a brush is I want the products to stay exactly where they are. I don't want to mess everything around. So I'm just using the dabbing motion. Now that all my foundation is on and I did the color correcting, I don't have to apply any under eye concealer or any extra concealer to areas where I had breakouts or scars or things like that. I don't use a color correcting concealer every day. I save that technique for when my skin really needs it, when I'm exhausted looking, when I'm just lacking the luminosity that I really want. But I use this primer so often because it doesn't matter what your skin looks like, it just helps it to look its very, very best. But it's an incredible technique to have in your toolbox for when you look in the mirror and you think, there is no way any amount of makeup is going to cover what I have going on right now. Okay, let me pop on some blush and bronzer and then I'll come back to you guys. This is the final makeup look. I wanted this video to be a really simple, easy way to color correct without going overboard, something that you guys can refer back to later. And if you follow me on Instagram, I let everyone know that I was filming this. I try to do that before I film so that way people can ask me questions that I can address in the videos. So if you ever have any questions about makeup, beauty, whatever it is, you can always ask me, and then when I'm filming, I try to address it. Make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss a Sloane Series video, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.